This is Brandon, I'm Sarah, and of course, our beloved Aiko. Frustrated by the ever-increasing cost of living, we sold everything, went out on a limb, and left our traditional life on land behind. We built a new kind of dream together, and have been living full-time in our homemade slice of paradise ever since. We are always learning new ways to navigate this unique life off the grid and on the water, so grab a drink and join us for the ever-evolving adventure that is keeping afloat.
Bring it forward, tally-ho.
Tally-ho! We got a couch to load.
Well, we're thinking this is a couch.
We're lost on how a couch fits in these boxes, but we're gonna find out. That's right, we bought a new couch for our floating cabin. And if you're new with us, that might not seem newsworthy, but alas, it is. Let me give you the abridged version of how we got here.
This is my beloved couch here. I love this couch, and Sarah's been hitting around that I've got to get rid of my couch, and I just don't know if this is possible.
It's not right for a tiny home. It's got one function, and I think we need multifunctional furniture in a tiny house. Couch.
It's comfortable.
It's useless.
And you can sleep on it when she gets mad at you.
It's couch time.
We're moving the couch to the house so that Sarah gets rid of the couch, but I still get to keep it. And I guess other people that rent will get to enjoy such a nice, fine piece of furniture.
Then you just recolor. Then I got a protector I'll put on it that'll keep it from ever fading again.
This just goes to show, ladies, sometimes you gotta play the long game. But getting rid of that old brown beast was just step one. Given that I bought this new couch online, I have no idea if it'll turn out the way I envision. Only one way to find out.
This is the couch she bought. I'm trying to figure out how there's a couch in that. But this is something she's done, and I expect when she opens that box, something's gonna blow up and all of a sudden the couch will show up, but we'll see.
Not the most expensive couch, obviously, since I got it on Insta, but we spent all our dang money on that renovation, and all things considered, I feel like this looked like it was going to be pretty good bang for the buck, so we'll see.
Miss Bear, we got a new couch! We did!
Those guys were bawling out laughing at the marina. They were like, bro, what was that? And I was like, so let me tell you about my man couch that my dang brand new wife can't stand. So she gets rid of my sofa and buys a couch on Amazon, and it comes in a box that's small enough to be a pie crust out of a pizza shack.
Honey, just because it fits in two boxes doesn't mean...
Baby,
That's not
that
what
thing's
we-
gonna be 2 inches off the ground. Rum, wife. Oh, baby, I love you.
Honey, don't judge it when we haven't even put it
I
together.
love you.
I know that you've already made your mind up that you're not going to like it, because how could you want to like it when that would show that you lost? I get it, but at least don't pretend to hate it until you've seen it. Changes I had hoped to make with this new couch included something brighter, not so dark and gloomy, with multiple functions, and with a way to stretch out your legs. Oh, and I wanted something soft because the leather is so cold. Like in the wintertime, it's freezing when it touches your skin. I literally have to put blankets on the whole couch just to make it tolerable to sit on. Brandon conveniently has to go help one of our neighbors with something. So I hate self-assembly stuff, but I did ask for this, so see how it goes. I'm thrilled. I don't even care what anybody else thinks. This is so pleasant on the skin. As you can see, we have cup holders. That is a big upgrade because before we would always be setting drinks on the ground or like right here, and it was very awkward, or you'd have to get up, or things would get knocked over all the time. There are also charging ports for, you know, phone, laptop. You know, we have the outlet obviously, but since there's only one outlet for like this whole space, and one of the plugs is almost always occupied by the EcoFlow, the other plug, it's like always a fight between the laptop, the phone, the AirPods, the camera. Having multiple plugs on the couch now is so exciting. Do you see how much space that there still is over here? I'm excited about that. This is a little bit of a shorter couch lengthwise than the last one. I don't mind at all because you can stretch out so much further, like the way that you would naturally want to anyways, but it's shorter this way. So anyways, I would like to put maybe a little storage cabinet over there. Could do a little chest that you can then set more drinks and plates or whatever on. I definitely do want to get some, you know, more colorful throw pillows and stuff just to bring some fun into it, because I don't want everything to be white. So I was really torn between like a true chase and an ottoman. I liked the idea eventually of going with the ottoman because obviously you can move it. That way, you know, depending on who's sitting where, both share it we can, or if we want to kind of slide it out of the way. I really like the color. I know some people might think that a light colored sofa is a bad idea for stains and stuff like that. I think it almost makes it easier to clean because all of these cushion and seats and everything can be unzipped, thrown in the wash, bleached. So although stains might show up easier on light colored fabric, this is also a lot easier to clean than our last couch with dark colored fabric. So I don't think the color is always the most important thing for cleaning. Being in such a small space, the more heavy dark things that you have, the smaller the space looks, and I swear this nook looks twice as big as it did before, and we have like even more space to stretch out and enjoy. So I say that's a win. I don't think that he will admit it per se, but when Brandon gets back, I actually think that he will be pleasantly surprised and not hate it.
Yes. I want to know what you think about it.
Holy, that came out of those boxes? Holy, I'm in.
Oh.
I'm in awe.
You impressed? You like
I'll
it?
be the first person to fart on it, or? But look, alas.
You like that, don't you?
I got damn. I'm amazed that came in those little boxes.
Yeah, it was like vacuum
And it
sealed.
sits higher than my man couch. Like I can see out and I see the water. I'm okay with this.
Okay, yay!
For now.
Yay!
My drink's empty though.
I can fix that for a kiss.
I miss you, Dinky.
I missed you too.
Mission success, so far anyways. Only time will tell how it holds up. We'll report back on down the road. Happy as we were to be enjoying our newly furnished lake house, we had to pop back over to the roundhouse for a bit that evening because it just so happened that we were hosting a pre-party with our friends for a very exciting event. This event, which is just too good to spoil till you see it for yourselves, happens every Saturday night in Bryson City, conveniently less than a mile away from the roundhouse. And since we didn't have any renters that evening, we figured we might as well take advantage and let our pals check out all the progress we made on the place this winter.
Yummy!
Okay.
Let's go.
Yeah, what time?
I'm still sore. That boat is worth more than you paid for it now. Look at all the
Thank you.
Oh, they knew we were coming,
It's a big night.
baby. You know, now they can sell alcohol here. It'd be wild if we walked in and they sold beer.
No way. They would never. They would never.
They would.
No, they would not.
Would not.
No, this is wholesome. Baby, can you describe what it was like the first time we came? Like when we pulled up, what we thought?
It was scary.
We thought we might get shot.
But then when we went in, we met all of our new best
It
friends.
was so fun.
He's coming to get me. We're buddies now. Now that I'm his never seen him.
What is he doing up there? Oh, look at that little thing. Yes, there's a cover charge. I mean, this band ain't playing for free. They're top notch. She gave me this mint, and she said, that'll wake you up. That's how wholesome this place is. I love it. There goes Brandon.
Love you guys.
Good morning. Kind of a dreary one, but at least it's not cold out. Turtle Rock is up to his chinny chin chin. Won't be long, he'll start dipping all the way under. I think I'm gonna get a little workout in and then go ahead and head to the marina and detail a boat that I told somebody I would a while back. Haven't got around to it, so seems like a good day to do that. If it's gonna be all rainy, then might as well use the pressure washer. I'm gonna be wet anyways. Okay, let's get underneath all this and see what we're working with, huh? Okay, I can deal with this. Obviously we got some mildew or whatever on the seats, common sight in marinas, and then carpet seems to be growing some algae. Could be a little bit of mold there, I'm not sure, but nothing that I think pressure washer and some soap shouldn't be able to take care of. I got this. The only challenge, though, I will say is this beautiful boat here. Ray likes to wax his boat. He doesn't like any water spots. He takes really good care of it, so I want to be respectful and I don't want to get any spray on his boat, so that's going to be a challenge, but I'll just try to pressure wash everything this way and hope that the wind works with me. all done. Carpet's still wet, so it's gonna look even better as it dries and becomes, you know, lighter in color, but yeah, you get the idea of the finished product. I love detailing boats. I don't really like cleaning the house, cleaning houses. I don't even like doing my car very much, but boats, yes. So satisfying, you know? So, job well done, money in the bank. On to the next thing. Oh, and I did not splash Ray's boat. Yes. Me again. Wouldn't you know it? While I was doing that one, got an opportunity to do another one. So you know what that means, more money. So obviously I'm gonna do it. Thank you, Mr. Bear, for putting me up to this. We're going on an adventure. We're going on an adventure. Hopefully it doesn't pour on us. Kind of might.
There.
It might.
Come on.
That's okay. There she is. Psst. Found you a ball, Miss Bear. How pretty.
Here we have our nice little comfy spot that we love to come to. It's very secluded. There's a man-made tunnel up here that's real cool that goes up to where an old homestead was. So apparently back in the day, somebody lived on this creek and it flowed down.
Baby, they can't hear you when you turn that way.
And it flowed down to the lake down there.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it's a cool little spot. Iko likes it. We've only seen one bear over here, but as you can see on the hillside right there coming down, you can see where a big animal comes down that all the time.
Yeah.
Might be a fast-backing marmoset slope. I don't know.
Or a Iko. Honey.
Is that a bear growling?
Oh my God. Really rough night of sleep last night for Brandon and I both. It was so windy. It was like 30 degree, I can't even think, 30 mile per hour sustained wind with like
gusts up to I don't even know what, because I didn't get up every single time that there was a gust. It's not the movement of the house, it's the stuff, you know, all of our physical items. Like I just kept worrying outside about our chairs, and so then I would bring them inside, and then I was worried about the hanging chairs because they kept whacking up against the window, so then we went outside and took those down. The paddleboard flew off the dock, and it kept like, it's tied up to the house so it wasn't going to go anywhere, but it kept like whoop-pow, whoop-pow, smacking onto the water, and like that would keep waking us up. And then we had the windows open because it was like 75 degrees last night, so the breeze was really nice. But with the windows open, stuff in the house would start flying around. It was just really loud. Usually like when we have a storm or something, that happens for like half an hour tops, and it's no big deal. Something might wake you up briefly, but then it, you know, it passes, and then you know the rest of the night. But last night it just all night long, it was so windy.
Going this way, that way, this way, that way, this way, that way. Normally I sleep through it, but that one was a loud one. One leg on the boat now. Well.
Yeah. At one point in the night, this screen, we have a screen over this window. The screen literally flew off and hit the bed because the wind, the force of the wind was just so strong. And then at multiple points, I thought this, you can see how crooked it is. I thought this was gonna like fly off the wall and hit me. So I took that down in the night, which reminds me I need to get like some stickies for the bottom corner so it doesn't move. Oh, and then another thing that I hadn't told you guys, my dinghy has flipped over twice in the past couple months, which is really, really strange because it never did that before. Like all of last year, it's not like, you know, we didn't have high winds at any point, and it never did that, or never seemed like it was coming close to doing that where that was a real threat. So I have no idea like what has changed or caused that to happen. But on two separate occasions, without me in the boat, the dinghy's been tied up to a dock, once at our house, once at the marina, and a huge gust of wind has come and picked it up with the bimini top up. I think that was, you know, a big problem, like a big sail, and flipped it over. It put a hole in my cowling yesterday, which is so upsetting because this is like a brand new motor. I mean, it's so nice, old Susie. And yeah, it doesn't affect the functionality, but it's still just like, man. So yeah, obviously last night I was really worried about the dinghy flipping over as well, and kept going out to check on it. And I put the bimini top down, of course. Actually, I just took it all the way off and secured it to the dock so that hopefully it wouldn't have like that leverage to pick it up. And then I've also put weights right here in the front, my dumbbell set, to help it not be quite so easy to pick up. And also that'll be useful when I'm driving, because a lot of times if Aiko's not in the bow, it doesn't really want to get up on plane. This boat really needs some bow weight. It likes bow weight. So if I don't have another person or Aiko in the boat, and it's just me, it's hard to get it up on plane. So that'll be useful anyways. I think I'll just keep those there. Kind of weird, you know, this far into living here to really be thinking about this stuff, because it hasn't been an issue really before. But hey, always learning, always figuring out new ways to, you know, get better at this thing. There's no roadmap, so.
One of our neighbors who's been here like 30 years, he's not here full time, but he was like, I woke up and all I could do was pray that my anchors would hold. That was wild. Some more of the newer boat owners, they came to the dock this morning and were like, we'll never come back here.
Oh, no.
But
no, I'm sure
there will be.
Yeah,
they just may not stay in the spring storm time.
Yeah.
But it was pretty wild. I mean, we saw what 40s to 45 mile an hour before we went to bed. We've seen a lot worse than that, but it's usually straight line winds. It doesn't wrap and move, and like 1 minute the house would be, the wind would blow through it that direction, the next minute it's blowing that direction, and that's when you start tearing stuff up.
Of course, now that we're wide awake and sipping coffee, there's like no wind.
Oh my gosh, it's coming up. Man, that water's close, is it not? That raises the blood pressure a little bit. Basically, when the water comes up, you know, with our house, it wasn't as big of a deal to continue working because the house was anchored. You know, it was where it was going to be ultimately. But these houses are not anchored or secured in any way. You can't just tie them off to the bank and let them stay there. Like, they have to be properly anchored for all these storms and this big wind that constantly is coming through. And they're more than likely not going to go in the same place because, you know, there was only one mooring spot that they originally came from. The other one is going to go somewhere else, probably our harbor. So it just, yeah, all around it gets a lot more complicated and logistically challenging once this water comes up enough for it to float these.
Looks like they got all the electrical roughed in, the wiring's all in. They got the soffit in on the big build. They're doing the siding now. That stuff goes up pretty quick. Once they get that dried in, we can start getting ready to do the inside of the house. Main concern we got right now is we are 10 feet away from floating. Lake's still coming up. TVA's not showing they're taking the water down like they normally do. They usually, when it rains, it'll come up. It came up 10 feet in the last couple of days. Normally they cut the dam back on and take the water back out of the lake to keep up with an operating guide, but for some reason I don't see that guide happening at this point in time. So I've got to come up with a plan, because I mean, we could be literally a week and a half away from having to float these somewhere and finish them. So that's going to be a logistic nightmare. I'm not sure if there's a place here that we can tie them up and still get supplies to them. It's going to require a boat and all the stuff that we normally do. We can always take them to Fontana, anchor one of them, and the other one put on the lay along and finish it right there. But I need to talk with Lowell. If they'll pull that lake back down, it'll buy us 3 more weeks or so, and they'll be closer to finish. But we're never going to get these finished by the time the water hits them. We're going to have to come up with an idea to finish them in the water.
When will we know that for sure? Like, when will we know if they do decide to start dropping it back down?
Should see in the next 2 days on the app is what we're looking for. I mean, there's a lot of water coming in this lake right now. We saw all the flooding in Kentucky, and it flooded everything over there. A lot of times they let the tributaries die down and then they start releasing water, but we're gonna have to figure that out. That's gonna be fun. It's just a problem, and we just have to figure out how to solve it. It is what it is.
Yeah, it definitely makes me nervous.
I told us it's not a big ordeal, but it's gonna change everything. Like, we've got to either figure out if they can anchor them in here, and then they'll have to have a pontoon boat to take the stuff to finish them. Pre-stage a bunch of stuff in the house, you know what I mean, to work on it.
Yeah.
Yank the shipping container out of here, and they'll just take a boat over there and work on it and do what we did and take the supplies to the house. Not crazy, but it is something.
I mean, obviously we know it's possible, but like, I'm sure that's not what they're used to, and it does make things a lot more complicated and difficult and less efficient.
Yes. I like to leave them right here.
Right. Well, and aren't they coming from Waynesville?
Yeah, so it makes
Lenny
their
and them?
drive longer.
Yeah, like, it's just all around less efficient.
Spring's not over. We're gonna have more storms coming. The outflow, they're not showing that they're gonna slow it down. We'll see. Let's pray that they turn it on.
Oh my this? Overnight. Look at that. Turtle Rock, mind you, if you can't even tell what you're looking at because it's underwater. That's his tippy top of his noggin. Fin, noggin, dude. Join us next week to see what the fate of our soon-to-be floating builds will be. And in the meantime, drop us a comment with your favorite part of this week's episode. Looking forward to hearing from you.